What is up, everyone? It is Lavenji Gaming, and I am back for day 6 of Populous the Beginnings 2024 Invisible Cup. We are here on Temple at Uppsala because someone didn't get the memo that this map is incredibly imbalanced. And not only that, but I am joined by a bit of a superstar in the Populous the Beginning community. You've seen me cast with him before. In fact, it's some of my favorite work I've ever done in tournaments. I am joined by Craig, also known as The Beginning. How are you doing, Craig?
Thanks, Drew. I thought you were going to introduce someone else there for a second, the way you were hyping me up. I thought, who's this third commentator coming on? Can't be speaking about me.
Again.
I'm thrilled to be doing some commentary with you again. I was just speaking before the stream started. It's been a long time since we did. I think it must have been the Revival final last time we commentated a game together.
I think it was. And before that, heavens knows, probably was the Invisible Cup.
It's possible. It's been a while. It's mostly my fault. But yeah, we're here now, and we've got the second round of the Invisible Cup in edition 2 with 2 brand new players. So in the sense that we've not seen them play yet.
So I am going to call out something very, very quickly. This is now the second person who has got the side with the extra brave advantage and somehow lost control of mid. Because this happened yesterday. Hypnotized did the same thing. They had the unfair side and then just didn't win mid. We've got the same thing going on here as I introduce the players very quickly because I forgot to do that. Playing as the Red Tribe is PopTB Bloodlust, who we have not seen play yet. Their opponent, who we have also not seen play yet. Playing as Yellow Tribe, it is Convert.
So I am very unfamiliar with this map. There's a lot going on. Like you're saying, so the middle of the map you're referring to, is this what Yellow has here with the stone head? Is this the middle of the map or not?
Yes, so, and this is probably why the map and mid control is so oppressive. I don't know if you're using your magic mouse as Yellow goes down to red in a blast duel there.
I am, and I can see a very, very quick tornado prayer time. 17
seconds, yes. So what we actually had yesterday was Swarm secure this, begin praying to it, and then winning Shaman duels just by casting tornadoes on the enemy Shaman because he had an infinite supply of them, effectively. And the game very quickly ended from there. We're going to have to see if this game goes the same way.
And did we see these gargoyles and totem poles come into play?
Yes, so these, I'm going to ping it. These gargoyles actually, because there's no chargeable land bridge, these gargoyles actually connect the 2 big bases.
Oh, look at that.
Which, during things like Warrior Rushes, very, very important. But Warrior Rush is a lot less effective on here than, say, a map like Dead Sea, because there's another technology that you don't often see in competitive Populous, and it's being built by Bloodlust.
Well, now I'm excited. So there's no land bridge, but there is a temple. An interesting trade-off. We can see Bloodlust here going for all 3 training huts right off out the... What are the terminologies for commentating again, Avengers? It's been so long.
Who knows?
Off the bat.
Off the bat. Right out the beginning.
Right out the gates, off the bat. Yeah.
Right away, we've got Braves being used to tear down some of these yellow towers. Looks like Red didn't have access to Blast. Yeah, Red was charging an Earthquake and so didn't have the Blasts to continue that Shaman duel. Otherwise, it might have gone their way.
Well, Red did take it over, had the ground, was taking down the towers, but then Yellow has come back up and retaken it. So
it's purely down to not charging Blast. You know, at the very least, had Blast been being charged by Red Shaman there, they could have gone for a mutual death. But just not charging Blast. That means the Yellow's actually advancing in on Red's base. And the population off of Convert alone is hugely in favor of Convert, ironically.
Yep, that's going to get confusing. Convert here does have an Earthquake ready to go, so if he kills a Shaman, he gets into one of the trading huts of his choice. Looks like he could get the Fire Warrior hut now, but he might die here. Oh, he's still alive, somehow! That one's... He's got it.
Fire Warriors do
huts.
fire a volley for the Earthquake. See what it does. And you know what? Bloodlust is going to be happy with that. The core's going to re-flatten itself to a normal height. And there are absolutely no huts destroyed.
No, they'll get repaired, and yeah, as you said, the land will come back up, they'll be repaired, and he's still got all 3 trading huts. I think maybe he could have gone for... At least the Fire Warrior hut would have been better. You would have got some huts there as well.
It's a little bit difficult, your Earthquake placements. You want to try to get it within what I like to think of like a group of 4 huts, somewhere like here, because then either way the Earthquake cuts, you're getting something.
Red, though, now making a play to the middle. He's got a couple of warriors and some Fire Warriors to fill those towers up, so if he can get these towers emptied, he will retake the hill, but I can see over the horizon there, the Convert Shaman is returning to the centre. Population it's still quite low for Bloodlust here, so there are still some wildmen on the map.
Well, what we're seeing from Bloodlust is a strong troop-centric style. There's a lot of the Braves from the initial are being converted into things like Fire Warriors and Warriors, but they have to be because of the range of these towers on the high ground. So it looks like Yellow Shaman is coming on in here. She gets a direct blast combined with the tower. Nice, quick, easy kill there. Also going to clean up the Warrior as well.
I think easy, definitely the key word there. The Red Shaman not really putting up much of a fight at all.
It's down to what Convert chooses to do next. Interesting choice of spell being charged by Convert right now, if I can draw your attention to that.
Flatten. So he's going to try and connect over, perhaps?
I don't think you need to flatten to connect to... Could potentially be an attempt at disconnecting, but I'm not entirely sure.
They could sort of disconnect here.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like a flatten there, cuts the path off, but it's still...
risky.
Cutting off your opponent on this map isn't the hugest deal in the world.
No, the distance to come back is so great, it's kind of irrelevant. You just kill a Shaman and you've got a lot of time to play with.
And I've always felt that this map rewards aggressive play. Things like Warriors, you know, you're getting, if you control middle, you're getting a tornado every 17 seconds. So you want to be using the tornado every 17 seconds by attacking and being aggressive.
And like you say, if you do go more troop focused, you don't need as much mana to charge spells, because I don't know why I'm turning Sean Connery again, but you don't need to do so much mana because you're getting, like you said, tornadoes willy-nilly. And there's lots of trees in the middle as well, eventually. I did notice that the starting bases are quite short of wood, and players have recognised that. That's why they're not really expanding much. Actually, Red Shaman, Red player, I did not see he's actually expanding all the way to the other side, which is good. Whereas Convert, not so much, just sort of staying in his home base. Oh no, forgive me, I'm wrong. There's a tower over there. This map is so big. This is the worst one to come back and cast on.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare map, especially because even outside of tournament play, it is not a map that sees much play. We've got a blast from Convert, not finding the mark, is going to kill the Fire Warrior. However, the both Shamans trade blasts. Oh, it looks like Red is getting the better hand of Convert. That was some nice blasting. It looks like Red's finally dialed in as he fully dismantles a hut at the same time.
Both players have a flatten. Okay.
I don't think either player has clocked in that these gargoyles will connect them via land. And so perhaps they're both getting those flattens to be aggressive.
But Convert was running into his base there with only flatten. I'm not sure what his goal was with it, but we've got an Earthquake here now from Bloodlust, which is going to damage the warrior trading and single hole, which is a nice earthquake. It's going to slow down any production of warriors.
Here come the holy boys. Cardinal Richelieu and the Bishop of Bath and Wells coming forward to tell some great stories.
Shaman's going to have to dispose of them. Just actually blast one into the Braves. That's an opportunity now for Bloodlust to get further into the base if they've got anything. Which they don't.
It's very interesting to be seeing both Shamans sort of posturing aggressive. Wow. I guess only Red is posturing aggressively here, but he's doing so without any spells per se. He's just threatening the Shaman. Yellow, should they win this blast duel, probably could stand to launch counterattack. They do have a Earthquake about 80% charged.
Like you said, it's just straight posturing here. Yellow taking a good shot there. Can we see the Shaman health? No, we can't. Mouse isn't that magic.
Oh, the combination of the Fire Warrior in the hut with the tower gives Yellow the victory in that long-winded Shaman duel, but he's not put the mana into Earthquake. He's put it into Swarms.
Well, for some reason, Yellow Warrior's over here. What were they planning to do there? Does this totem pole connect to the middle or something? Even then, I'm not sure what they're planning.
Could very well do. Now, Yellow does have pretty strong mid control, and with a with a 15 population lead, I'm surprised they're not just taking advantage of the Stonehead for those free tornadoes while you can. Because at 17 seconds, you can be tornadoing troops for all you want. You know, you can do whatever you want with that level of mana.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, he's got Fire Warriors in the towers there. It's not being attacked, though. So, like you say, you could pull them out and send a 5 or so Braves over as well. Just to make sure it does get prayed. But we've got a counter-attack now from Red. He's got the Warriors soaking up the damage, but then those huts are filled. Those huts are filled with Fire Warriors.
Does look like Yellow heard me, because there is an army of Braves marching towards the Stonehead. And the Fire Warriors do get the kill on the Shaman. A little bit of fancy footwork from the Shaman as she can't decide which way she's going to fly. But the counter Holy Boys, they're telling some great stories to those Red Warriors.
The prayers occurring now. They need 2 more men on there to make sure they get the tornado every 17 seconds. Every less men on the Stonehead, it will still pray, but not as fast.
However, it's almost negligible when there's when the timer is only 17 seconds.
Yeah, it's flying. Yeah, the Shaman's going to have it very soon.
We're now going to see a huge snowball effect, I suspect.
There's the first.
Convert's going to get tornadoes faster than they can cast them. And now they should just start charging forwards. Tornado the Shaman, tornado troops, tornado building, do whatever you want. See, 2 tornadoes already. And remember, in 1.5, you don't have to wait for the spell to arrive in your spellbook per se. It does arrive instantly from the prey completing.
That's 3, so he's got 2 now. He's used 1. He's got 2, a flatten and an earthquake. He's just trying to get past the Shaman. He's getting blasted further in, but he has died. He's gone down.
I was very impressed by that blast by Yellow, but it just wasn't quite enough. Now every prey after this is just wasted, really.
I presume it's unlimited?
It is unlimited. It is unlimited.
Unlimited supply, so... Yeah, I'm not sure what the way back here is for Bloodlust. He's 20 population behind. He needs to get the middle back if he wants to stop that tornado spam that's going to be coming forward. But he's got Yellow right next to him, ready just to attack. So I think it's going to be difficult for him to come back. I think, like you said, Snowball Effect is in motion right now.
Well, some but not all of our pros in the community are notorious for playing the same maps. So it could very well be that Bloodlust just hasn't researched this map. And he has no idea that that prey is so game-ending.
Yeah. I suppose you do, for a second, when the spell is worshipped, you can see what spell it is. It flashes above it, doesn't it? So he should be able to see that there. They get the tornado there, so he knows that spam's coming in. He can hear the sounds. But the red shaman has survived that battle there, lives to fight another day. The fire warriors are going to try and finish her off. And finish her off they will. I feel like that's what we're going to be hearing for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, we're going to be hearing a lot of it. Absolutely. You know, good population lead for Convert, but the problem is, and I apologize if Convert takes this offensively in the cast when they watch it back. Red Shaman is just better, and that's what's causing the problems here. Yellow keeps engaging in these shaman on shaman duels against a shaman that really is just getting the better of him every time.
Well, Red's going for a play.
Red warrior run by. Now there are some towers. It depends on whether they're clicked on the towers or the braves that are praying. Based on the way they are separating, it looks like they are clicked on the towers. Now there was a hypnotize from Yellow, dealing with some of those pesky fire warriors.
Oh, Yellow in the middle with his own warriors to defend, though. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to continue getting his production of tornadoes while he's got this blast battle now. All he needs is to get through once, but he's been knocked into the water!
This is what I mean. Yellow has an advantage. Yellow knows they have an advantage, but their shaman just isn't being as precise as it needs to be for them to capitalize on that advantage. Well, there's a couple of priests in these towers that are dealing with some of the red troops.
Yellow bringing some preachers again. Take up all those warriors. Thanks very much for even more population. But look, Red's now getting his own army in response. Here we go. He recognizes how pivotal the center is. He's gone on for the counter-attack of his own. He's got another earthquake off. He has still got a huge population deficit. But like you say, we've not seen much from Yellow so far.
And Yellow's using their flatten to basically avoid the red shaman, and that's the plan. If I don't have to fight him, I won't.
It could be the smartest move they've played all day, but Red Shaman is coming across now. He's got fire warriors as well. He's running his men away. The hypnotize has missed. That one is connected though. Oh,
fire warriors!
What a beautiful hypnotize!
Betray the shaman.
And the follow-up earthquakes as well. This is the damage we wanted to see. That was a beautiful hypnotize. Of course, that's something else that I didn't even realize. We got hypnotize on this level as well. It's not something that's on other maps, is it? In this tournament?
No. So I didn't expect this to be the wildcard map. I usually pick and add a wildcard map to the map pool. It's something strange, something slightly different that I like to slide in there. Just to make sure we're not staring. Nice lightning from Convert there. That could be it. Almost double the population for Convert. 3 tornadoes coming in faster than he can spend them.
Yeah, this is it. The shaman's dead. Comes back in 40 or so seconds. That's 2 tornadoes. Yeah, minimum 2. Good game. We're like a normal map. Bloodlust is called the GG, where they could have banned this map. They had the potential. They don't know the map. They had the potential. They banned Craters, I think they banned.
They banned Craters, yes. They banned Craters. They could have banned this map instead of Craters. Red quits, so Convert goes up 1-0 against Bloodlust.
Easy, easy. All it took was that one devastating attack, which is what we were waiting for. But like you say, maybe the next round will be a more normal map, and Bloodlust can show us what his shaman skills can do. It could be the smartest move they've played all day, but Red Shaman is coming across now. He's got fire warriors as well. He's running his men away. The hypnotize has missed. That one is connected though. Oh! What a beautiful hypnotize!
Betray the shaman.
And the follow-up earthquakes as well. Okay, this will be an easy map to commentate. I know that.
It is an easy map to commentate. You had the pleasure of getting this map, didn't you?
I was about to say I commentated this bad boy already and what a match. What a match. Although I did also watch, I think it was a Firestorm again, who was just trolling and casting the roads, or was that someone else? That was horrible to watch.
No, someone else was trolling with the roads, and that was Friday, I think that was. I can't remember. There was definitely some road-based trolling on this map. It was against Teleport, I think.
Yes, that's right. Teleport was the one who got through. Aye, that's right. Poor Teleport. Poor Teleport and poor Armageddon. But good spots for playing at the tournament anyway, really.
Absolutely. So, up one game after a little bit of Temple at Uppsala confusion. It is Pop TV Convert playing as the Yellow Tribe from the Blue base. And their opponent definitely going to be saying oops Allah after not paying attention to the map. It is Pop TB Bloodlust, and I do not regret that pun at all. Playing as the Red Tribe, Red base, and once again, I am joined by Craig. How you doing, Craig?
Very well. We've just watched the first game. I'm just trying to get into it. You know, I'm trying to get into the casting again. It's difficult outside. I always relate alcohol to Populous, so without it, I am suffering. The fact that you're drinking cider as well, mate, it makes it even harder. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for a simpler map to commentate, and I'm interested to see what Bloodlust can do this time around after just losing mostly the troop game and obviously the tornado spam game.
Yes, I mean it's one of those things, right? It's hard to assess who is the better player from that game alone. You could argue to both cases in that Convert was the better player because they prepared for the map, they played with all the tools the map had available, and thus won the game. And there will be people who want to argue that Bloodlust is the better player because the Shaman was more dominant, the troop control was slightly better. But they ultimately lost the game anyway because they didn't pay attention to the map.
Yeah, I think what you said there is correct. Convert was a better player on that map. Let's see who's a better player on this map. It is a best of 3, so it is match point for Bloodlust. For Convert, I should say, sorry. So Bloodlust does need to win this just to stay in the game. Looking at their bases as well, Red was definitely building a bit quicker. Yellow is catching up now. They've both got the firewood up nice and early, so they're going to get those towers filled. That's where the focal point of Blades is going to be, where the Shamans are currently stood, but we do have that other island on the opposite side, which is it's quite far away from the main bit. You've really got to cast a nice land bridge to get over there. But if you do that and you open it up, you've got another route for maybe sending some troops, and while your Shaman goes the other way, who knows if we'll see that. I haven't seen that played yet, apart from the first game I commentated, when someone came across the Flattens, and it was glorious.
I'm still undecided on how I feel about that first game you commentated, but we've got Yellow coming forward, killing a couple of Braves on the front line just to deny some territory control.
Yeah, it's a good idea. He's got his front tower filled up with a fire arrow, so Red Shaman can't go any further, but that was a good blast from Red, using their own tower as defense. Yellow, you're trying to get an earlier, like a tower that's even further forward. If they do get up, that's going to be good. I'm suspecting Red might not let them build this.
Depends if Red's paying attention. I'm looking at Red's base, and there seems to be dismantling and building going on. There's especially a lot of dismantling going on at the very back of the base, so Red might not even be watching.
No, focusing on the economy.
This is one of the skills that gets both praised and criticized for the modern-day Populous player. Their ability to grow population is very, very good, as they can dismantle up to 4, 5, 6 huts at a time. But they're absolutely not paying attention when they're doing it, and that can lead to some strategic differences.
Yeah, I think they'll get away with it because it is the early game. So there's not, even if your Shaman does die, there's not much going to happen. And you've got your towers filled. We've got both players with a Earthquake now. And then charging goals. So same strategies from both players, it seems. Nice little Shaman battle here. A couple of goals being thrown out. Blasts being thrown out. Red's being knocked into the water. So this time, you convert with the Shaman advantage initially. Let's see what he can do with it.
Well, Convert was able to establish a Shaman advantage in the last map as well, in the first couple of blast duels. And then it slowly slipped away from them. So we'll see if they can do the same. They don't have the same comfortable population lead that they had before. Bloodlust's dismantling up a storm is paying dividends in the population difference of this map.
16 population lead at the moment, and they have got a higher maximum population as well. You can see that 58 out of 83.
Warrior training hut is coming up as well, and yeah, you can see the green bar changing often because he's still dismantling 5 huts at a time at the back of the base.
Now red's coming now. Yellow's not paying attention. This time going to get knocked straight into the water. Now red's going to retaliate. It has got some ghosts, has got that earthquake we know about. Maybe he's going to try and just get it in. Lower the defense. That's a lot of towers, mind you. That is a lot of towers. I think earthquake in there is probably going to be the best port of call. But the red shaman has gone down. Lowered that hill like we expected it to, because earthquake is much better than the erodes I saw people doing on the same hill in previous games. I prefer the earthquake. It's a bit more interesting to see.
So yellow's fallen into the trap that I often discuss when I'm casting these kind of 1v1-y clear defensive position type maps, and that is yellow's tried to build every tower that he needs at the same time instead of staggering it a little bit. With each tower costing 1 1/4 trees, there's so much wood just tied up in this defense.
Well, he's retaliating with tornadoes. He's seen that those huts have fire warriors in. The first one's managed to get out alive, but the second ones have been caught up in that swirling bit of wind. Some ghosts now to take out the other fire warriors in the front towers, but Red Shaman is almost there.
Give me a couple more siders and I'll show you a swirling bit of wind as both Shamans go down.
Please, please, no more siders. Yeah, both Shamans go down there. There was a lot of momentum there from Convert. It did take out 2 huts, but it's the both Shamans dying does sort of quell that momentum immediately. In favour of Bloodless still with a population lead, but map control pretty much where we were earlier.
It's good to see the Convert's coming forward and making sure that Red doesn't push this defense too far forward. But Populous is always discussed as a game of territory, and any territory you can stop your opponent taking from you is a good thing.
Yeah, I've said it many times before, but you want to always just keep building, keep pushing out, because they have to destroy that land to get into your main land, and that's just how Populous works. It's just a game of encroaching on your opponent.
The dance of Shamans. Interesting glance placement for Bloodlust. It's very precise. He's very deliberately trying to go for exactly that. He's been placing all 4 of those blasts that he cast were designed to try and knock the Shaman into the water. Finally gets it. And now we've got a sort of strong push from the red as he skirts around the side. A couple of tornadoes going to empty out those towers.
Only one of them's filled, and some fireworks there getting picked up by one of the tornadoes as well. So he's making his way around to sort of the side where the towers are not, which is quite clever.
Got a swarm as well, should any fire warriors come and interrupt him as he moves further into the base. And there's the earthquake.
Oh, this earthquake could get some trees as well, which do some serious damage. It has. No, it hasn't. Oh, it missed the trees. Shaman battle now. Can the red Shaman survive this?
No.
No, she cannot. But again, more damage dealt there from Bloodlust. A second earthquake we've seen. Convert still to get his off. Or hers. We don't know.
It's very interesting to point out that in a map that is quote-unquote more straightforward, we are seeing the straightforward game that we would expect from today's Populous veterans.
Yeah, what we've just seen there is that is a ridiculous looking earthquake. The way 3 towers just sink into the land. But we see that was sort of it was a desperate earthquake. He didn't want to do it earlier. He could have done that early, but he didn't. But he's just gotten smacked by Bloodless, so he went to cast it in retaliation. He's done some damage. Obviously, it's going to be difficult for Bloodless to get past that. But when he does, it might be more beneficial to him to have that as defense, because it's going to be harder for Convert to attack through. So it might have actually not gone in his favor casting that earthquake.
Yeah, I quite like puddles at the front of my base, because these are great ways to deal with warriors.
A great way to deal with fire warriors is the swarm spell. Bloodless using it right now. He's got some ghosts to get past these towers. What are they going to do though? What spells have they got? 2 earthquakes, so just going to earthquake the defense now. Obviously he knows he's 30 population ahead. Well, he doesn't know that, but he knows he's ahead, and he's got the mana to spend, and that's another brutal earthquake.
And I've always found... Oh, that earthquake did not go off.
He keeps it, though. This is 1.5.
It does keep it. 1.5, the spell isn't lost, but you can see he was really going to keep that aggression up. And I think the worst bit about Earthquake is what we're looking at for yellow now, and that is, this is all damaged land. These, not only have these towers and these huts been destroyed, but you're looking at a substantial amount of time before you can even think of replacing them. It's almost like it creates a permanent hole into your base.
Yeah, so Bloodlust still got that Earthquake. Convert doesn't have anything besides Ghost at the minute. It's almost halfway to an Earthquake, just trying to weaken the defense that's there by blasting out the trained followers. Bloodlust Shaman's now coming back, and again, they've broke the 100 population limit. They have got a tower on the other side in case they might want to land bridge over. Open it up, but right now, I think what we're going to be seeing is just the focus point here, where the Shamans currently are. And, you know, if Convert can get back in this, you know, weather the storm for a minute or two and keep control, I don't see why they can't swing this back in their favour. They're only 20 population behind now.
20 population isn't the be-all, end-all in a game of Populous, but what is going to be devastating is this double earthquake that Bloodlust is holding on to, and he's charging the land bridge as well. Now, there is a chance that that land bridge could just be to fill out his front, or could be looking to swing round the side. No, he is going to fill out his front.
Alright, what's the Convert Shaman, what's the Convert player going to do in retaliation? She's going to actually head back a bit, bring in some Braves to build some towers forward. So they're actually trying to take control of the position, which is exactly what you should be doing in Populous.
Convert's got to be careful. Red's got a lightning. Convert doesn't know it yet, and there's the lightning.
Oh, no. Send them to my top 5 tips for beginners, Drew, because you should always keep your Shaman moving, especially in that situation.
Never let your Shaman stand still. It's a lesson even I know, and I'm not the best Populous player in the world. And Convert's going to be slapping themselves on the leg for that one, because giving up so much territory just to the fact that they were stood still.
It's funny, Convert also has a land bridge now as well, so what are they planning with it? Shaman's coming back now with some warriors in tow. The towers are not filled, which are on these hills, so there's 2 massive overlooking towers, no one in them, not providing any defense, so if Red does get in there, easy passes into the back of their base. But right now, Red's backed off, Yellow's there, let's see what happens. Another lightning, this time it's missed! And the blast is good! Who needs a
lightning? Who needs a lightning with blast like that?
Oof. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
Here come the troops now. Red's troops gonna come forward, take advantage of the high ground. Yellow has charged 2 land bridges. They might expand, although their decision making to get around Red Shaman in the previous game was to literally go around them. They might be thinking the same in this game, perhaps opening a second path and doing enough damage.
You know, what you were mentioning earlier, we are seeing Bloodlust being the better player of the traditional Populous multiplayer meta, let's say. What should Convert do? Let's say he does hypothetically lose this map. I'm not saying he's going to, he still has a chance to win, but it's looking against his favour right now. What map does he choose as we go into another Shaman battle here?
If you know your opponent is a traditional Populous player, for lack of a better word, you want to avoid maps that you know the community has played a lot of. And there is a map with a lot of triggers in it, and a lot of praise, and a lot of chaos, and a lot of garbage that you could pick.
Is it Days of Thunder?
It is Days of Thunder. So if I was in Convert's position and I'd identified that I'm against a pro and I've got a shot of knocking them out of the tournament, I want to throw them off. I want to make them play on something weird and wonderful.
Yeah.
But I am a single-player Populous player, so I would want to throw that multiplayer person into the true chaos of single-player and try to steal a win. Lightning comes out for Red, doesn't find the mark with a blast. Once again, much better than lightning. Another lightning! Also missing. Just can't swarm the shaman. Yellow retaliates with blasts of their own.
Yeah, the swarms are coming out. The blasts have not been great this time from red. Not been great. Still alive, though, and gets the kill. Gets the kill, and they've got more earthquakes ready to go.
Yellow is casting spells fast. We're seeing a lot of blast tricks out of them, and there was even one there with Swarm. There's a blast trick performed with the Swarm spell there, which performing blast tricks with the non-blast spell is often usually an indicator of a fast player.
Not fast enough, though, as Populous comes in.
No, certainly not, and here comes Bloodlust, using an army of swarms, but he goes down to the towers. That's the end of that. Troops are going to cause a little bit of chaos, but Yellow does have a few soldiers of their own.
Yeah, I think the towers filled there are going to provide enough defense against these warriors coming in, and like we see, the shaman is back now. I think, like you were saying, play to your strengths, play to your opponent's weaknesses. If Convert does lose this map, they can go for one of the biggest maps and just go crazy, just build everywhere. Obviously, that was something that Bloodlust seemed to be struggling with, just doing lots of things at once. This is more, I'm going to attack down this lane, I'm going to use my shaman skills, and then I'm eventually just going to earthquake you to death, which is, you know, the populace of what we know, essentially. So I think if Convert does choose that Days of Thunder map, he's got a chance, you know.
He does. And it's not like Convert hasn't been given this information. You have to remember, at the very end of Game 1, Bloodlust made his displeasure of the triggers of Uppsala known in chat for everyone, including his opponent. Which is something you never want to do in a tournament, by the way. If your opponent is getting under your skin, don't let me know.
Stood still again, Lavenji. He did it again. Deja vu. Here we go. Bloodlust going straight in this time. Another earthquake. Forget all your spells, your swarms, your ghosts. I'm just going to earthquake this and sink it all. Look at that. Chaos.
Again, good amount of lava produced, good amount of ground damaged, even less tower space denied. Fire warriors are pouring forward, though.
Yeah, he's got one more swarm ready. He's just going to go for the...
Oh, and that earthquake on the freshly made expansion land. It's okay, it's not the end of the world, it gets one hurt.
Population difference is huge now, though. Shaman's come back now. Lightning aim there, but it has missed. And I think that's the only one they've got, so it's going to be it's going to be blasts. Oh no.
Nope,
she's dead
it's
anyway.
going to be a tower. Shaman versus tower. The tower wins.
That sneaky tower you built earlier. Now he's going to mop all those warriors with his own blasts. So Convert's still going to continue to live to fight another day, but the population difference now is huge. You can see red expanding towards Yellow's base. He's going to build more huts and more towers. The warriors flowing in now. If the shaman has to deal with all these on her own, she has to cast all the spells, use all the blasts, all the mana used here. It could be used for attack and offensive spells. Where's my cider?
Where is your cider, Craig?
Where's my cider?
Interestingly, and this is something that I do like to call out anyway, obviously it doesn't mean you should just sit back and not attack, but because Yellow has been struggling to mount an offensive, Yellow has completed the charge of a Firestorm. So Yellow is sitting on 2 Earthquakes and a Firestorm and is now working on counter lightnings of their own. So should they mount an offensive, they are going to be able to strike back with some damage.
Maybe that's the game plan now. Try and stay alive for one massive offensive attack. I think it might still be too much of an ask, but he's got the kill.
Oh!
Got the kill.
I try not to get too excited about individual plays, but that was very well played by Convert. Keeping calm, walking on the diagonal, and then that nice double blast to secure the kill onto Bloodlust there.
Needs to back off now, he's going to die. Okay, he's died.
Oh, he's died.
Well, the Earthquake's done its job. It has sunk a tower and a hut, damaged the land, so Red can't really expand much further there. But Red is happy with that. That's why he built that there in the first place.
Exactly. You know, Craig was saying you always want to take territory off your opponent. You always want to push your buildings forward. And this is exactly why that is an Earthquake that could have done way more damage if it was here. But it had to be placed here instead. Yeah,
and it is mana that Convert doesn't really want to be using on on areas of the map like this because he has so little population in comparison. He needs to use his mana more effectively, but how can he? How can he when Red is playing so well and pressing as he is?
So here comes Red once again, getting into combat with a couple of warriors. And here we go. Earthquake on the front line, trying to get the sync onto the Shaman. Almost gets it, in fact. A little bit cheeky. Lambridge out from convert there. Another lightning. Red is really not placing these lightnings very well. But then Yellow did that with the tornado. Look at those blast tricks.
Oh, Red has managed to survive. I thought Convert was going to get that there, to be honest, but Bloodlust with a save. He's got a couple of more towers to contend with, but look, he's got them warriors now. Those warriors are going to do some damage.
You know what? I'm not entirely sure Red's got the better Shaman. Convert has been very good.
Oh, he's got the better spells. Look at that.
Does have the better spells. There's the Firestorm on a single hut. How do you feel about Firestorms on towers, Craig?
Not a fan.
And why is that?
I think it's self-explanatory. But the Firestorm itself seemed very unnecessary. It was more like a display of power. This is what I've got. This is what I'm going to continue to do from now on. Because really, like I say, it took out one hut and it didn't really clear a path to anywhere because he wasn't really being pressed by any followers, was he? So, yeah, maybe just a show of strength, that Firestorm there. But he did lose about 20 population that attack. He's down to 80 odd now. Whereas Bloodlust is over double that. So yeah, I don't see a way back for Convert. Now Convert's not done anything to Bloodlust's main base. And Bloodlust's main base isn't even fully built yet. He's still got a few huts he could upgrade. And if he wanted to, he could even create land, which is totally unnecessary. But you know, he's way ahead now. Way ahead.
Poor Tom Hanks over here stuck on an island by himself. Wants to get into the combat, but just can't.
Oh, he's probably better off staying there, to be honest. Here comes Bloodlust again, building some towers. He had a tower in this similar spot previously. He built it up and filled it up. And he's doing the same again. Convert is trying to stay in. I think Convert was charging multiple spells, so he's been... Oh, he's managed to survive that shot. He has got spells charging, but... Again, I think we went to see an Earthquake here, yeah. Let's get rid of this last defense. Red Shaman's gone down.
I bring it up all the time. My first sort of initial experience into competitiveness was, of course, the infamous League of Legends that must not be named. And they have a term in shoutcasting League of Legends called smacking them around with your wallet, which is a term that describes a team. And we've got a side door with warriors here. It's a term that describes a team that is so far ahead in terms of the money of the game that they can do whatever they want and not be punished for it. And I like to coin that term into Populous and talk about slapping them around with your mana in terms of you're so far ahead in mana, you can waste all the spells you want and still win the game. And that's sort of what Red's doing at the moment as Yellow mounts a sort of desperation final assault. Now that is 28 warriors. Can do a lot of damage. But he's giving up his base for this.
Well, Red Shaman's there recognises the potential of what Convert getting into his base could do.
Convert can't even complete this at the moment.
No
Convert
Lambridge.
doesn't actually have the Lambridges for these at the moment. So at the moment, Convert's just given up his base.
No, we're seeing Red trading some warriors of his own now, and this is the perfect time for him to send them in. He's already sent some in now anyway, so they're going to cause some damage whilst Yellow gets knocked into the water. Thank you very much. Wham bam. Thank you, Sam.
And Red Shaman's going to work on his key 52 timer as he got into the tower for that long range lightning.
His key 52 timer, what's that?
Ah, that's what we call, you know, the time spent in a tower.
Oh, right, you call it the key
Timer?
52.
That's the key 52 timer.
Nice. Making memes already, I like it.
Of course, of course.
Yellow's bringing his warriors back. He's almost 200 population builders now. This game is over at the 25-minute mark, but I feel like it's been over for 10 minutes now as Yellow gets knocked into the water and Red just waltzes on by like he planned it all out. He's got no fire. He's almost got a firestorm, but he's got 2 earthquakes. Lightning on the troops.
And there go the warriors.
Ooh, well played.
Still well played, says Convert. GG. Surrender from Convert. We're going to a game number 3.
Yes. Exciting.
The game is unpaused. The tree is burning. How do you feel about that, Keith? There's a tree in the middle that sets on fire for no explicable reason. Anyway, what is up, everyone? It is Lavenji Gaming, and I am back for the final match between these 2 players on day number 6 of the Invisible Cup, playing as the Resync tribe in the Resync base. Playing as the Resync tribe in the Resync base, it is me. But I'm going to go back and do the introductions again. Playing as the Yellow tribe in what I think is the Green base. It is Convert. His opponent. Playing as what I think is the Red tribe in the Yellow base. It is Bloodlust. I don't know my face-off faces, don't judge me. Now, I am joined once again by Craig, who you may have heard express some pain. What's got you in pain after that resync?
Well, I was thinking, I'm quite parched, I'm thirsty, I could do some cider. That's quite painful. But yeah, it looked like Yellow had a very nice convert, and then it resynced, and then I didn't quite know if he got what he wanted to. I don't know what I'm saying, man. Where is my cider? Anyway, right, Lavenji, face off. We didn't want Convert to pick this map. We didn't think he was good enough to beat Bloodlust on a traditional map. He's picked it anyway. Here we are. He has got the middle, or had the middle, has some towers built. Is he going to be good enough to take out Bloodlust?
There were moments in that previous game where I thought yes. There were moments in that previous game when the spells were flying and Red was missing lightning after lightning, and Convert was taking him on with blasts, you know, and almost winning. I was thinking, do you know what? Convert might actually have the shaman skills to match.
Well, he's up the hill now. He's got a couple of blasts. He's got more blasts than Red Charge, so all he has to do is survive. And no, he's fallen into the drink.
Oh, but he got a Fire Warrior into the tower. He bought enough time for one of his towers to be filled. That's pretty big, because now Red is stuck. She's got to stay over here.
Yeah, I did notice that Red was going for a Fire Warrior hut at first, rather than huts, which is what Bloodlust is doing. Bloodlust going the traditional start.
Here comes the Ghost Army. Quick, fast charge. The Red Shaman. Fire Warrior should be pulled back before he gets emptied by the tower. No, he's having fun. He's actually beating the Ghost.
Coming out. He might survive that. No, he's dead. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, Yellow's come back now. He's going to try and get back up the hill. Try and retake it. The Ghosts are going to come and slow him down. The blast seems a bit unnecessary. Another blast on his own tree seems even more necessary. Bullet's trying to put his own tower up there now as well, as that player, as the Brave, I should say, jumps into the land. Populous physics. Oh, great blast battle there from Bloodlust. Picked that kill off quite easily. Superb display there. And now he's going to bring up his own Braves, build his own towers. Probably take these towers down eventually as well. And then we should see a Fire Warrior hut from him himself. I think he might be building one now. There he is, at the back of the base.
Back of the base. Seeing a much more standard build.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, the red player here in the traditional yellow base, this base does support a higher population. I don't particularly know the correct way to build on these maps anymore. I haven't for a good decade, but...
Babo's informing me that this yellow base is being built incorrectly. As in, the red tribe in the yellow base.
Yeah, it's a bit sad that that's a thing. We need some random map generations. There's perfect ways to play these maps. I don't like it. Not everyone has days to study maps, do they?
As someone who joined the community relatively recently compared to others. It was always one of the problems that put me off this map. I actually always liked the appeal of Face Off, but the fact that every single base has a perfect way to build it, especially with the fact that the map's not played, I just don't have the time to learn that.
Yeah, it's the way the buildings are supposed to be, the way you're supposed to put towers up, and once the Braves have jumped twice, you got to quickly stop the tower, and then do another tower, and then when that tower's done, you can dismantle the tower, and then you can build a hut there, and it's like, oh my god, let me play some Populous, please. Which is what we're going to see here as Bloodlust takes over the whole hill with his own towers. He's going to bring some Fire Warriors up now. One's almost there. It's coming to the bottom of the hill.
Coincidentally, Bloodlust has built 4 towers on the hill, and none of them are good.
Yeah, it's some bold strategy here. So it's more like like defensive towers. As Yellow Shaman goes to this place that she's been going quite often so far, that little pond. I say a pond. The shoreline to the actual coast.
Well, this shaman believes that if she spends long enough near the water, she will eventually learn to swim.
And if you were to ask Babbo, he could confirm that that is not possible.
Babbo has been trying to teach his shaman to swim for a very long time. We've got the red shaman coming forward with the earthquake.
Yeah, population was very equal prior to this earthquake, and this earthquake's really gonna make those numbers a bit different now. But actually, no, we're still only one population difference there. But look at the middle. We've got Fire Warriors and towers, a warrior trading hut being built, and huts in the middle as well. The middle is so big and could be so oppressive to the player that doesn't have it. It's possible with this tower we're seeing here, we might be getting an early side door.
And you really have to if you're in Yellow's position. Red has proven, and even if Red was a slightly worse shaman, they've got the high ground. But Red has proven that they are a better shaman in the shaman duels. They've got towers filled, which means if you just get blasted up the hill once the Fire Warriors shoot you,
just like that,
as if I planned that.
Yep.
You're approaching the hill is a guaranteed death sentence, more or less. So Yellow really has to train some warriors, which they're not going to be able to do without a warrior training hut. I've just noticed.
No, and Red's actually got 2 warrior training huts now, so he's going to be pumping those bad boys out. He's got another earthquake, almost. He's going to just probably cast it even further in. Lambridge being charged by Convert, so he is planning to side door.
Without warriors, it's futile because the troops from Red will just pour on in.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as he leaves his base, he's doomed. But if he doesn't leave his base, he's doomed, so welcome to Face Off. Here we go with a second earthquake.
We're stuck in the Face Off track. As another earthquake comes out. I mean, these earthquakes have not been fantastic.
No, they've not. They've certainly damaged the land and damaged the buildings, though, and it's enough to put the pressure on the Convert. But I was going to say that at least Convert is playing a 1 versus 1, because sometimes you play these 2 versus 2 games, you got 2 shamans in the middle coming at you while your allies stuck in their own base, and it's just even worse, isn't it? Ghost coming from Yellow now. He's trying to get the middle. He's going for the earthquake on the center as well. He's going to lose his shaman again in the same area. Earthquake's in. So Red Shaman died as well.
Does get the Red Shaman, so he does alleviate the pressure. Now, had he been training warriors,
now would be the time, wouldn't it?
Someone like Ice or Mammut, who play this map a lot more often, they'd have warriors now, and they could charge up this hill, because although Red has 2 warrior training huts, he doesn't have that many warriors. They're coming now, but, they weren't in position.
No. They would also need the support of the Shaman there as well, anyway. Those towers. They would prove tricky, and the Red Shaman's back already. Back to the hill. Population 10 behind Convert is. So not much for now, but you look at that green bar. 64 out of 88.
Convert's problem is they don't have any options. They have no troops, and they have no spells. Another earthquake coming in for the Red Shaman here. Sets Yellow alive.
It's not good. We wanted it to go the opposite way, to sink those huts, I think, but it hasn't. It's just damaged the same land he's already earthquake. So Convert getting a little bit of luck here. He could be in a much worse position. Right now he's still in the game, but position itself is already really bad.
It's telling a story, isn't it? You know, Convert's just finished charging the second Earthquake. It's on his way to the fourth. He's halfway there already. We're seeing a real difference in mana. So even if Yellow wanted to launch a counterattack of sorts, how they would mount it is beyond me.
It just feels so futile when you're against this hill, and he has got a tower at the front of that hill now, which has got amazing range. Especially when it targets that shaman. More ghosts being cast now from Bloodlust. Is he going to make another play? He's going to Earthquake the same area this time, hoping it goes the other way this time. Is it going to go the way he wants it to? Yes. And the Yellow Shaman goes down as well, just to top off the misery that's been put on her.
Yeah, you've got to feel for Yellow. You know, you've got to be really sympathetic to this position. What do you do in this position? This is almost like one of those single-player levels that they just throw you in, right? Like, you know, slowly navigate your way out of this.
Well, he's the creator of his own downfall, though, isn't he? As his fire arrows get blasted and killed by the proximity damage. He's the creator of his own downfall. He shouldn't have picked this map. If he assessed his opponent based on the games he's played so far, he should have known this was a potential to happen. Especially on a map with the game is dictated by whoever wins the middle, really. And if he loses that middle, Bloodlust is a good player. We know he's good at these maps just by the way he played the last map. Should have gone for the other Asgard world map. I've forgotten what it's called now.
Fensalier.
No, the crazy one.
Crazy one, that's a Gabba map.
Oh, is it?
Days of Thunder, that's a
Days
Gabba
of
map.
Thunder. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, that Asgard map is Fensalier. We've got quite a few Asgard maps, actually. We've got Fensalier, Uppsala, and Yggdrasil.
Yep. Uppsala. Well, at least we've seen it.
We've seen it more than I thought we would.
Well, if the finals are best of 5, am I right in thinking? We'll see a few maps.
Right.
So this is just red taking out yellow's defenses with earthquakes and troops and swarms. The Yellow Shaman's back now to try and do something, anything, but even if she does kill the enemy shaman, I don't know what she can do. She's trying anyway.
Oh,
Earthquakes the hill.
By Yellow.
At the base of the hill, and more shamans go down there. In a quite comical tumble. Oh, look at these warriors now. Double population almost. It is double population.
And it's 11 warriors for red to 2 for yellow. So these warriors are going to run away with it, and Convert knows it. Good game is called. The surrender comes out, and that is it. Bloodlust is going to advance to the quarter-finals.
Yeah, congratulations to Convert for not progress. Oh, fucking hell. Congratulations to Convert for making it this far, and congratulations to Bloodlust for winning.